as much as I want to say about automation, but I really see that as being extremely strategic for Ginkgo going into 2026. And as we've gotten our costs more under control, you're going to hear me go more in this direction, right? It's going to be more about what can we invest in for growth in the future. And one of those big areas is going to be automation and AI. All right. Beyond that, I want to talk about our push into the CRO services market. We call this Ginkgo Data Points. We have a number of different services now: perturbation response profiling, specialized high throughput screening, antibody developability, which I've talked about before, but we just launched our small molecule developability, or our ADME service. And you can do lots of different things with these services. They are available, just to be clear, there's no royalty, there's no milestone. It's just like engaging with a CRO like a WuXi or whoever, fee-for-service basis. You own all the IP and data as the customer. But we're able to do this at very large scale because of our automation expertise. And so one of the things I'm really excited about, we announced this in the press release of the ADME service, is if you have a quote from another vendor in the CRO space, like for example, a Chinese vendor, and you want to onshore that back here to the United States, just send us the quote. We're happy to meet it. And that goes for ADME, but generally you should send us the quote anyway. We're happy to see it across any of our services and meet vendors. And so please do keep that in mind if you're looking at data points. This is why I'm excited about data points in the long run. I think it is exciting to go after the traditional CRO market. I think there's good business there. It's also not that high throughput. A lot of what places like WuXi have done is basically gotten cheaper hands at the bench and then offer that as a service. So like that buys us, whatever 40% cost reduction on the big problem of reducing R&D and getting scalability, but then it kind of runs out because it's just not getting cheaper. I think across the board, if we want to get cheaper, the answer is automation. And so Ginkgo's been doing this work really in an automated fashion, and that allows some unique offerings to customers. So I'll just highlight this funnel here, where this is traditional drug discovery. You're going to identify a target. Then you're going to run some high throughput screen, maybe on a robotic setup, maybe in some sort of pooled assay in the lab. Either way, you're going to screen a bunch of lab work to pick a few hits. And then you're going to take those hits into a much more expensive series of experiments in order to validate if they're good drugs. All right. And it's those set of more expensive experiments that we've been focusing on, trying to make high throughput on our automation at Ginkgo and offer as a service through data points. And what's exciting about that, for example, say antibody developability, you find these binders, which you can do at high throughput, really cheap, but then you get to developability and it's expensive. Is it soluble? Is it immunogenic? These are things that you have to do these more expensive experiments. And so you only try them on your top hits and you kind of cross your fingers. What we are able to do with our throughput is let you apply those developability assays back much earlier in your hit finding so that you look at a much wider range of potential candidates against not just whether they bind, but also are they developable. And if you generate enough of this data, maybe we can even have computational models and AI that can predict developability. And so that's where we're seeing a lot of excitement. That's kind of our niche to get off the ground in the CRO space. And this is, the DPMTA, the design, predict, make, test, analyze cycle in pharmaceuticals. We're really focusing on scaling up that test step for these high complexity assays. And I think that's something we're very, very good at Ginkgo. So you should expect us to launch more products. And this is just that ADME service, kind of start to finish, project scoping, chemical libraries, so on. I will highlight we're using Echo MS, Echo Mass Spec to do that sort of high quality, but also high throughput assay. That's what allows us to get costs that can really compete with doing it with low cost labor overseas. All right.